Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna give you guys my Champion League prediction and who I think gonna advance from the quarterfinal to the semi-final. But before I go into that, if it's your first time here, can you please subscribe to the page and like the video, and at the end of the video can you give me a comment and who do you think gonna advance and what do you think about the video. The first game of that quarterfinal is gonna be Arsenal versus Real Madrid, with Arsenal home game in the first leg. Um, some of the important factor I think gonna play out in that game is gonna be Real Madrid is currently in a very entertaining domestic chase for the title at the moment. Arsenal at this moment is trying to cement their spot in the top four. But despite all of that, I think heading to this game, Real Madrid is gonna be the favorite because they know how and they have better players, I personally think. And at this moment, Arsenal have quite a number of players out, even though Saka is gonna ready for the Champions League. But on aggregate, I'm gonna give Real Madrid a 5-3 win over Arsenal to advance to the semi-final. And the next game for that quarterfinal is gonna be Aston Villa versus PSG. At this moment, I think PSG is already wrapped up the league, and so they can able to rotate a lot of players before the game versus Aston Villa. But to me, the X factor in this game is gonna be Aston Villa coach Unai Emery, because I think with Sevilla he won 4 Europa League titles and 3 back-to-back. But despite all of that, I think PSG is gonna be too much for Aston Villa. PSG team is playing the likes of Barcola and Dembele. I think is gonna be too much for Aston Villa backline. So my prediction for that is gonna be a PSG 5-4 and aggregate to advance over Aston Villa. But if any upset should happen in this quarterfinal, I think it could be Aston Villa. This because of Unai Emery, and Aston Villa is really playing well since the January transfer window. So, but regardless of that, PSG is the favorite to advance to the semi-final in that. So the next matchup for that quarterfinal is gonna be Barcelona versus Borussia Dortmund. I think this tie is one of the most straightforward one. I think Dortmund currently is not playing really well in the domestic competition, and the pathway to the quarterfinal I think is kind of easy, even though regardless you still gotta come out and play. At the end of the day, every team who is currently in the quarterfinal, I think they're playing good football, and I think they're doing enough to get to the quarterfinal. But the favorite for the Champions League for me is Barcelona, because they're really playing well. They're playing entertaining football, and the best player in the world at the moment, for me personally, I think it's Yamal, and Pedri, for me, is one of the best midfielders in the world at the moment. So, and Barcelona have the know-how, the experience and stuff like that, even though they got a lot of young players in their squad. When I say know-how, the club have tradition of getting to the quarterfinal, getting to final and win over Dortmund. So on aggregate, I'm gonna give Barcelona a 6-2 win to advance to the semi-final. So the last game for that tie is gonna be Inter versus Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich on paper should be one of the favorite to win the Champions League, but on paper do not win games. You gotta come out and play and perform. But I think Bayern Munich have a really roller coaster season so far. They're kind of inconsistent, especially they concede a lot of goals. And this time in the Champions League, I think your defense play a very important factor. And at the moment, Alphonso Davies is out for this season, so they miss one of their key players, especially in the back line, and we all know how much he contribute going forward. Inter is currently in a 3-team race for the Italian league. But regardless, personally, because they have the better defense and they still have a lot of goal scorer, Inter, for me. So I'm gonna give Inter a 3-2 an aggregate. The first leg gonna finish 1-1, and Inter gonna go back at home and defeat Bayern Munich 2-1. So that's my prediction for the quarterfinal. And if you have anything different, you can leave it in the comment section. And please go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the video. I'm out.